be real with you guys. The 20-minute clip after this basically just give pretty in-depth breakdown of my schedule, some problems with the ego that I've been having. However, don't watch it if you don't want to hear me complain. It makes me kind of sick to follow through with posting it, just because I watched it over and I sound like I'm complaining a lot, just kind of being down. That's not really who I am. It's just hard to get everything out across on camera, and I said in that clip that tonight was going to be a pretty good workout. Plans have changed because I'm very, very hungry right now. I've already taken 135 for one set of 10. Probably just going to pop it for a few sets of 10 tonight, and then go in and eat a good bit, and then probably do some more stretching. But yeah, in that clip, I don't know, it's just hard to get everything out there, and I don't know, let me take this for a quick set. I watched a Zach Tellender video, and he talked about how resting pause squats did a lot of strengthening for his lower back. I did a set yesterday with 135. I think I made it to 6 reps doing pause reps like that. Boy, my erectors have been sore today. But I think I'm going to start implementing a little more of those resting pause squats. But yeah, about that clip, I talk about wanting some social interaction, and I kind of explain like why my schedule doesn't really fit into that, or doesn't really allow for that, which it does, but at the same time it doesn't. I don't know, I just kind of sound like sad and lonely in that video, and that's not really who I am. Generally a very like happy guy. I don't ever get irritated much or anything. Pretty easygoing, and I have friends and whatnot. It's just that everybody works all the time, man. It's hard to set anything up with anybody. When the one day that you'll get off, they're working late or something. It's just kind of what happens when you grow up. Man, I'm gonna have to take a shower tonight. I'm breaking a sweat. Anyways, like I said, that video, the clip after this, makes me sick to post it. Absolutely sick. And I sound very just down throughout it. I'm not like that all the time. Just want to let you guys know I'm doing okay. I enjoy my life. I don't know, just craving a little bit of social interaction, and I'm not in a place to get that. I would go to the gym, but like I say in the video, if I go to the gym, I'm gonna go hard and just put in an absolute monster session, and it's just not the best thing for me to do because I'm coming off of a hip injury. And then there's nothing to do where I live. It's almost nothing to do around here. I live in a small town. All right then, I'll let the rest of the video do the explaining, and I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Oh, I am fighting the ego a little bit. I was laying in bed last night, and I was like, you know what? Why don't you just squat 315 and see what happens? Squat 315 on day 400. And the way the ego works is it tries to validate things. Now, obviously, if you guys have been watching the channel, I've been struggling with a hip injury for the past month. Here in the last week or so, it's really cleared up, and I'd say that I'm pretty solid now. Obviously, but it's not a good idea for me to go maxing out on squats fresh off a hip injury. So I'm still trying to milk this hip and just slowly build back up. I actually feel like I'm starting over in this squat every day journey because my legs pretty well got a month off of training. I was doing some body weight squats, but just doing body weight squats really did not amount to actually squatting with the barbell every day. So my legs have been very sore since coming back to the bar, and I mean I've been in a constant state of soreness pretty much since I came back to the bar. I deadlifted the other day. It wasn't even that big of a session, but my hamstrings are absolutely decimated. The day after I deadlifted, I couldn't bend over. If I leaned over flexing at the back, it was no big deal, but trying to extend the hips, even right here, I'm pretty freaking sore. Still. With that being said, it tries to validate things, the ego does, and I was like, it's day 400, you're only gonna have day 400 once, so just go heavy, make a good, post out of it on Snapchat. And I was like, if you mess your hip up, you now have the tools to, rehab. I thought I just seen something over there. May have been a mouse. I don't know. Anyways, it's I have the tools to rehab and recover if I happen to mess up my hip. But thinking sensibly about things, I don't want to do another month of bodyweight squats. I'm still in this mode of training where I'm doing a bunch of hip flexor strengthening and hip flexor stretching and, Bulgarian split squats and single leg marching. I'm still doing these things to treat my hip like it's injured. And it's right now these are sort of an accessory movement, but for that entire month almost, they were the main movement, and I don't want it to be that way again. And here's where the real talk is going to come in. I try to be as transparent with you guys as I can without giving out too much of my personal life and info and all that good stuff, just because there's certain things that don't need to be said, especially publicly with potentially thousands of people I don't know. But I've been working a lot, as you guys know. I'm kind of craving, I guess, social interaction again. It's hard to put into words, but I've never really been a social person to start with. This video is probably going to be 15 minutes long after I get done complaining. But I've never been a social person to start with. Most of the time, the longer I'm around people, the more ready I am to get home, to go for a run or something, to get some alone time. But I go to college 4 days a week and go into work after lunch on those 4 days. So I go to school in the mornings and then I work a full day on Fridays. Here lately, I want to say I've worked probably the last 3 Saturdays because I'm working part-time, and so it's hard to get enough money to do anything. My truck's been to the shop the last 3 weekends, so I'm kind of struggling financially right now. Where was I going? So I've worked the last 3 Saturdays. I think I'm gonna work a half day at least tomorrow. and I don't go out very much. Like, I have a group of friends that I go hunting with, but as far as like going out to eat, I don't really go out to eat that much. Just for one, probably for one, I don't have time, and for two, it's expensive and I don't have the money to do that right now. So I don't like go out to eat. I don't go shopping very much, which there's not much to shop around here. I'm kind of in a small town, like rural area, but I don't have money to just go blow on stuff, and it's not really any fun to go look at things that you can't buy, and so there's not much to do around here to go out. I'm not a partier, never been a partier, hangouts where there's a bunch of cussing and drinking and smoking. That's never been my thing. I always try to hold myself like above that. Which, I mean, if you want to do that, that's your thing. You do what you want to do. But I've got certain goals in life and standards that I'm trying to meet, and I don't see those things getting me to those goals and standards that I have, so therefore I'm not going to indulge in them. So I don't go out. Like I said, I have a group of friends that I go hunting with, which, hunting is kind of a year-long thing, but it's also not. Most of the time, hunting trips are trips by myself, unless it's duck hunting, which duck season comes in on Thanksgiving Day. But as much as I've been working here lately, I don't know how much I'm going to be able to duck hunt anyways. So on top of that, I don't go out much. And then I do have people at the college I'll talk to on my Monday and Wednesday class, because I'm taking 2 in-person classes. One is on Mondays and Wednesdays, and the other class is Tuesdays and Thursdays. My Monday and Wednesday class is an electrical class. No, it's an HVAC class, but it's in the same room as the electrical kids. And so I go in there and hang out with a lot of my electrical friends from past semesters. Go in there, talk things up with them. And then there's another group of kids that I go and hang out with down there. But that's only for like 30 minutes to an hour. And then I have to go to a different part of the college and do all of my online work. And then Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm in a big class. It's Gen Ed. There's not really an opportunity to talk to anybody on there because it's, we're getting a lecture the whole time. And then once I get out of that class, I basically just go sit down in like a lobby area and do my schoolwork. And I'm not at a very big college to start with. It's a small community college. And so besides my work friend, I have a buddy that me and him went to school together. We're going to college together, and we work under the same electrician. So I see him 5 days a week. However, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, he does not go to school. So Tuesdays and Thursdays, I basically go to school and then go into work and hang out with him and the work crew. And basically, the work crew is the only guys that I talk to on a regular basis. Besides one of my hunting buddies, but like as long as face-to-face interaction goes, the work crew is really the only place that I'm getting that, besides church on Sundays and Wednesday nights. So I'm kind of craving some of that social interaction, and part of me was like, well, why don't you just go to the gym? Well, here's the thing about going to the gym. The gyms around here are garbage. I hate the setups at the gyms here. One of them has a nice squat rack. However, that gym is a bit more expensive to get into. The other gym, the squat racks are terribly designed. And another thing, if I'm gonna go to the gym and hang out with a group of friends and lift, it's gotta be a good session. Like, I'm gonna go in there, and it may be like an ego thing, but whenever I go into the gym, I kind of get like a chip on my shoulder, and it's like, I'm gonna go heavy today. Like, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna rep 315. I'm gonna rep 225 for sets of 20. Like, whenever I go to the gym, it's gonna be a monster session. Because if it's gonna be a subpar session, then I'm just gonna stay here and do it. I'm not gonna go in there for 30 minutes and just maybe work up to 225 on squat, go mess around and do some pull-ups. It's really a big waste of time for me to do that. I'm very, very restricted on time. And it's a waste of gas money to go up there to the gym and not do anything that I couldn't have done at home. So that's another thing I'm fighting with the ego, is that I'm kind of missing some socializing in my life right now. And I want to go to the gym to do it, but I'm not going to waste the gas to go up there for a subpar session. So I think pretty soon, whenever I'm feeling better, whenever the bench goes up some more or whatever, that I'm going to go to the gym for a good session, catch up with some buddies of mine. It's a lot of complaining. I'm probably going to hate listening to this. But, I mean, I'm 19 years old. I don't know. I got the squat shoes out here tonight, the lifters. I'm still just going to squat 135, probably just going to go for some reps. And I would bench tonight, but I'm trying to keep the shoulders loose. I may do some dumbbell bench and then some shoulder mobility work. And then maybe go in and stretch. I don't know. I'm just tired, man. I feel like I could lean over and take a nap right now. I'll lean over and take a nap right now. Come home, I work. Well, I go to school. It's like, I go to school and I'm trying to stay on top of schoolwork. I've got a 5-page paper due Wednesday. It's Friday, and I don't have Wi-Fi at home, so I'm only gonna have Monday and Tuesday to work on it. It's due Wednesday, and I've got like 3.5 pages. So I'm trying to stay on top of that and get that done. And then I leave school and I go to work. Obviously, work is work. I walked around with a 20-pound tool belt on all day today. Let's see how many steps I have. It says I've walked 5 miles today, and 90% of that has been with a 20-pound tool belt on. I've walked 12,000 steps, and I can't tell you how many times I've been up and down a ladder today. So my job is like physically demanding, and then the stupid time change here. By the time I get off work and get home, it's dark, so I can't shoot my bow or anything like that. So it's like I come home and there's usually something for me to do. I gotta stop at the grocery store on the way home or something to get gas, or whatever. And then I come home, I eat supper, and I may lay around for like an hour just to kind of relax. And then I get up, come out here and work out, and then maybe go in and read my Bible and go to bed, basically. I have been feeling some motivation to train. I wanted to make a video about it yesterday or the day before, but I guess something else came up and the topic changed. But a man motivated to train is totally different than a man just going in to train. Like throughout this month with the hip injury and my hip being busted up, kind of looked away from training a little bit. It just didn't bring the same thrill to me. But now that the squats are coming back, which I also picked up some running, I did enjoy running. Now that the squats are coming back, I feel like pushing the deadlifts more. I'm ready to start benching again. I want the pull-ups to go up here soon. The other day I was thinking, I was like, I want to do some hill sprints. Like I've been wanting to push like every area of training, and it's like right now I've kind of got that fire in me to go do that. And it's just a lot easier to get out there and make those decisions, those hard runs, whenever that fire is there. The past month it hasn't really been there. And right now I guess I'm just wanting a little bit of a change. I'm wanting to come out here and really fight the barbell, but can't do that just yet. Oh yeah, me and that buddy of mine that I go to work with, we've been wiring a barn for a lady he works for. So that's where a few of my afternoons have gone, is going out there and not getting home till 7 or 8 o'clock. But yeah, I don't know. I'm working a half day tomorrow. May end up working a full day. If I work a half day, I may try to go hunting tomorrow afternoon. I don't know. I'll have to see what the schedule looks like. Gonna hang out with a buddy probably Sunday morning. Go scout for ducks. Or that might be Sunday afternoon. I need another good long run here soon. Get some things readjusted up here. But anyways, probably gonna put in a good bit of work with 135 with the lifters on and dumbbell bench tonight. It is 6:30 right now, so I got quite a bit of time to train. So I'm gonna make the most of it. I'll probably go in and read my Bible afterwards. Just probably try to readjust some things in this training session. As long as I don't mope around, this training session should be a pretty good one. I'll post a clip of me squatting after I get the bar loaded up and stuff. All right then, catch you all tomorrow.